guys, and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I'm Ashley.
I'm Kylie.
And today we're going to be testing out a whole bunch of
Sap Green.
Sap Green. We're going to be doing a blind test of 14 different Sap Green watercolors. So I don't know what brands they are as I'm swatching them. Kylie knows. I do not. So I'm hoping to give a more unbiased opinion of them as I'm testing them out. After we're done swatching and giving opinions, I'll write down the name, the pigment number, the light fastness, so you can have all that information on them after I have swatched them. So as I'm swatching, you won't know the... I guess I can put that on the screen if y'all want. You can't respond to me right now, can you?
No.
You can know. I don't know. That works. I'll put it on the screen as I'm swatching it. That way you know. But well, no, should they be in suspense too so they can't be biased?
I think that they shouldn't know either.
Okay. You're not going to know.
You're not going to know.
You can't know. So after I'm done swatching them and testing them out, we will find out together what the brand is, what pigments were used, the light fastness rating, and all that stuff. So I'm going to give you all that information after I have played and swatched and they are dry. So let's get into these 14 different watercolor tube paints. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the camera around and start painting. All right, so here is the swatching area. And here are the 14 different Sap Greens. These were poured over a week ago at this point.
There's a piece of wood.
The names are on the bottom of the pan, so there's no way I can possibly see them like on the side or anything. But visually looking at these, some are much, much darker, and then some are very, very light. So again, I wanted to do by color name. These are all Sap Green. Yes, these all have different pigments used. So I didn't go just based on the same pigment. I think across the series, I want to do by color name. So, you know, cadmium yellows together, sap greens together, and so on and so forth. I did an array of brands that I thought are most used or readily available for most people, hopefully. I don't know in other countries what is available and what isn't. But, and in my other video, I talked about price of some of these, and somebody mentioned that, well, that's cheap for you, but in my country, it's not cheap. So as far as how affordable or not these are, that's going to be based on where you live. So I don't think I'm going to be talking too much about price. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Princeton Aqua Elite long round size 6 brush for the swatches, and I think I'm going to just start. Let's do this.
Start with number one.
Number one. So let's see how it reactivates. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can really see. Sap Green. This one's reactivating quite well. Oh, look at that color.
This is going to be fun since I know.
I like green.
Yeah, well, you use it a lot since you do flowers and
Yeah.
flowers and...
Oh, look at that movement. That makes me so happy. I do not know what brand this is, but I like it. Oh, that's beautiful. Seeing how deep it'll go and blending out. That's really, really pretty.
That is really pretty.
Let's turn it down. It's a little bit too bright. I want you to be able to see the colors really well. That is gorgeous. All right, so the next one, this one is poured. It's very smooth, so this one was probably a thinner consistency. Oh, and it looks very vibrant when I'm re-wetting it. Okay. This one is less muted than the last one. The last one had quite a bit of brown to it. This one's a little bit brighter of a green. Thank you, ma'am. But blending out beautifully. Another thing is we're gonna see what they look like when they're dry. That's a really big aspect of this, but that is a beautiful green. I don't really think I'm gonna say that any of them are not beautiful. Oh, and I meant to mention I am using 100% cotton paper. This is the heavy from Legion Stonehenge, the 300 pound instead of 140. So this is some like heavy duty paper. So visually, definitely different colors, even though they're both sap green, they're gonna be wildly different, but that is beautiful. Oh, that way that one's drying, that blend is so smooth. Okay. All right, number 3. This one looks like it was a little bit thicker, pouring it in.
Yeah, that still doesn't look fully.
I I know. It's crazy how long they take to fully set. All right, let's see this. Oh, that's rich and beautiful. I like this one. Okay, so far, this is my favorite. Oh, that's so pretty. It's so interesting not knowing the brands as you're swatching, because you're not thinking about, you know, other colors you know from the brand.
It's funny. It's like a little more muted, a little more bright, and then like darker.
Yeah, this is rich.
It's a really rich color.
I wouldn't really call this sap green.
No.
To me.
It's more foresty.
It is. And even like the light version of it doesn't look sappy. Like, of these three, this one to me screams more sap. This one's a little bit too muted, and this one's just, but I love it. Okay, number 4. This one looks very deep. This one looks like it shrank quite a bit because it's concaved. And it looks like it's actually pretty set. So let's see what this one, wow. That is a pretty sap green. This is, this is what I picture
When you think of sap green.
when I think of sap green. Absolutely.
Yep, I agree.
Stunning. I want to know what you are. You are beautiful. Kylie knows.
I do.
I do.
I'm looking every time.
And this one set quite well in the pan. It did do quite a bit of shrinking, but oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. Moving on to number 5. This one looks like it was a little bit thicker as well. This one has set pretty well. What's wrong, baby?
I'm just seeing because one of the ones I spelled is probably very wrong.
Yeah. This one's beautiful too. This one's not quite as deep as that other one. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this color.
Yeah.
I mean,
5, right?
yeah. Pretty. It's amazing the differences
And the colors.
they're all sap green, but yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely like one of the most sap green looking sap greens.
Look at the blooming on that one. Did I like drop water right there?
Probably.
It looks like I did.
Looks like you did.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, moving on to number 6. This one looks a little bit more. Oh, yep. The opacity on that. Look at that.
Wow.
That one's opaque. Oh, am I off screen? Almost. Sorry. That one has some opacity to it. It almost looks like it has some white pigment in it to give it that opacity. I will be very curious to know the pigments in this one.
Yeah, that is very.
It's pretty. It is pretty. But like it's covering up those black lines pretty well.
Yeah, it's very opaque for watercolor.
Yeah.
Especially on like the first
Yep.
layer.
And then this one, yes.
Yes.
This one looks deep. This one is set in the pan. Oh, you beautiful.
That's another really pretty sap green.
I like this one a lot. Got some nice transparency, but it gets really rich. That one is beautiful. Yeah, it's interesting as these are drying to see the smoothness on this one. This one's not quite as smooth. This one is just gorgeous, the color. All right, so we're moving down a row.
And you'll start with the bottom left.
This,
Yeah.
okay. All right,
Yeah,
so
you'll do that whole row and then you'll
this
do that
looks
back up.
black. It's so dark in the pan, so I'm very, very curious to see what it looks like on the paper. Oh, that is not sap green, people.
No, it's
Oh, but it's beautiful. This is like forest, like how I was saying that other one. This one is deep. This looks like it has black pigment in it. That is not sap green whatsoever. What brand gave me this as sap green? Whatever brand this is, you have some explaining to do. That is not sap green.
pretty colorful.
It is gorgeous, but I would not call it sap green.
Like I say, it's very foresty.
If you bought this expecting a sap green, you'd be like, huh?
Yeah, because like
What?
Like I said, I'd be expecting like this color.
Yeah.
And that's like lots of shades.
Yeah, of everything on here, this one screams sap green to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That one is the sappiest. This one is not. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. This one, ooh, this one looks like it was pretty thin. It's set. It's got a little bit of bubbling in it, but it is already set.
I'm excited to tell you what the brands are.
It's a pretty color.
That one's pretty. That one's also sap green.
Yeah, this one does say sap green to me. It says I am sap green. That's pretty. Blends out pretty well. Okay. All right, this next one, it looks brown in the pan. Let's see what it looks like. Swatched. Ooh, yeah, this one's more olivey. Yellow and olivey. Got lots of brown in it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call this sap green either. I'm very curious to know the ones that don't look sap green to me, what brands they are, because why would you call that sap?
Yeah, because some of them that aren't as sap green, I can still see why you'd call them that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I would still consider that sap green. Not so much that one. This, I could, consider those sap green.
I agree.
Whoops, I got water on that swatch. This swatch is just destined to fail, isn't it?
The poor thing.
We're going to not fault the paint because of my messiness. Because I tripped water on it. Okay. All right, the next one is this one, and it looks deep.
Deep.
Looks very, very deep. Oh, wow. What are you? You look like, oh, there's a vegetable. Whoa, it kind of does look like pickly. That's interesting. It's got a lot of yellow in it. Huh.
Interesting.
It gets really deep. It's pretty color, kind of. Like, I'm confused by that one. It smooths out gorgeously.
It does look pickly though.
It does look pickly. Interesting. Okay, we got 3 more. All right, this next one looks very, very green. So let's see. Oh yeah, there she is. Walking down the street. This one has some vibrancy to it. It's got neon at a certain level.
That one looks like when the sun's shining through leaves and it has that
in
color.
the spring.
That's what it
This is like a springy green.
That's a spring leaf hitting the sunshine.
Yes, ma'am.
That's exactly what
that
looks
is gorgeous. That is bright.
That is, wow.
That one's stunning. I wouldn't, I guess you can classify it as sap green.
I think
but it's kind of springy sap.
Yeah, but I mean.
Okay. That's beautiful.
It is really pretty.
All right, this one reminds me of the other one that was more opaque, picking it up. So I'm curious. Yep. Wow. It's weird how I can tell by getting it on the brush that it's going to be more opaque. But yeah, the opacity on that. Where was the other one that was opaque? Was it that one? Yeah, it was that one.
And that one was
5, 6, 7.
okay.
Okay. That's beautiful.
No, I'm just looking at some of the ones I'm thinking I understand what it's actually supposed to be.
Oh, gotcha. This is beautiful. I like that it washes down pretty well. Has a nice blend. Ooh. All right, we have one more. This one looks very deep. Oh, it looks like it's got some brown to it too.
Yeah, it definitely has brown.
Yeah. That one's again more on the olive side than sap. That's so interesting. I guess sap green is not a universally that is yellow. This looks like green gold. There's a color called green gold, and it leans more yellow when it's thinner and more green when it's thicker.
Still looks pickly.
It does, but this does not look sap green to me at all. I am so excited to know what the brands are because I want to say shame on you for some of these. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. I don't know if I want to do the ranking like I did in the last video.
So do you want to rank them?
I don't know. I think instead of ranking them all 14, I think I want to pick my top 3.
Okay, that works.
And if there's like one that I think is awful, we'll do one bottom one.
Okay.
But I think I left some space here because I want to do a little bit of something. So I think I'm going to speed through this, but I want to play with them more than those swatches. I got water droplets everywhere, so ignore that. Bad. So yeah, I'm going to speed through this and I'm going to paint little leaves all down here and then we'll see them dry and evaluate. All right, so I have painted leaves, the battery's flashing. I have painted leaves with all of them and it definitely gave me a little bit more, oh my gosh. Okay, there's lots of, oh my gosh. I got messy. Forget about all the little dots. Anyways, it definitely gave me a little bit more insight into what colors I like and don't like. And again, some of this is based on the color and not the quality of the paint. I didn't really find any issues with quality of paint. If I had to say one or two of them felt less quality, based on the way they're drying, I might say this one, but again, it might be because the way I painted it. I don't know. I don't know. Just the ones that stick out to me that I don't like are obviously the ones that are more brown. Those don't look sap green to me. There are two that are more opaque. These two have some more opacity to them.
It's funny that the two ones that are like...
They're right there.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay, so my top 3. That's what we're going to go with. Yep. This is... Whoops. That wasn't dry. This is my number 1. All right, so you are crowned number 1. Okay? And it's based on color intensity and smoothness. I'm going to laugh if that's Mission Gold. Number 2 for me would probably have to be this one. I really like the color and it looks like it might have a tiny bit of granulation in it. So that one's my number 2. And then number 3, and again, I'm basing this on the color Sap Green. I'm actually torn between these two. I like this one, looks more sap green, but the richness of this color is stunning. So I've picked number 1, 2, and 3. What I think I like best. And again, based on this is a sap green, because some of these don't look sap green to me.
Quality-wise, they're pretty much...
I really don't see a huge difference based on this test at the moment. If I dug deeper into the layering and different things, I might see a little bit. I also really liked this one and this one to note. Okay, so we're going to go through and we're going to just go along.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Start with number 1.
All right, number 1
is Daniel Smith.
Huh.
That's why when you started pointing out different ones, it's like, are you Daniel Smith? I'm like, mm-mm.
Okay.
So that is Daniel Smith.
Well, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
I thought Daniel Smith's was a little bit more green. See, I have never
Yeah.
compared it side by side to other Sap Greens, and so I thought this looked more like the color.
Yeah. You said
This
it
has-
was either like that one or that one.
Yeah, this has more yellow in it than I thought it did. All right,
Okay. Next is Schminka.
and this is the one I said could possibly be less quality, but
Yeah. The SCHMINCK.
I know how you smell it.
Yeah.
How you smell it.
No, I know. I was
Schminka.
making sure I put an A70 somehow. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay.
Number 3 is M. Graham.
M. Graham. So I have never tried M. Graham before.
I've never
Graham.
heard
Daniel actually bought that one. I don't know that I would call this sap, but I'm curious to paint with it some more. Okay,
Your
my number
number
2
2?
is
Holbein.
Holbein. I love it. I had a feeling that Holbein was going to do well.
Yep. Okay, so that was 4. So 5 is Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. That's another one I have not tried yet. Da Vinci. Beautiful. Okay. All right, this is a more opaque one, and it is
I think it's supposed to say Miami Blue.
My Mary Blue.
No, My Mary.
Yep, My Mary. It's spelt weird. M-A-I-M-E-M-E-I-R. My Mary.
I have it spelled M-A-I-M-E-N, but
M-E-R-I.
but
Yeah.
I couldn't see on the...
My Mary Blue.
Yeah, so My Mary Blue. That's what that one is.
That's interesting. My Mary Blue is more opaque for this one. And it does not look sap green, by the way.
And number 7 is Rosa Gallery.
Rosa. That's another one I have not tried yet.
Because I haven't heard of that one either.
It's beautiful color.
It is.
That was another like honorable mention for me. So like, I like it.
Okay, moving on to number 8, and it is Michael Harding?
Michael Harding.
Michael Harding.
Michael Harding. She's having to read them off faded on the bottom of these pans.
Yeah.
And she's never heard of this brand. So Harding. And I had not either. So Michael Harding, have not tried.
Very dark.
It's very not sap green.
No.
Okay.
Your number 3.
My number
is
3.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Another one I have not tried. I was curious to see how Van Gogh would do. It's beautiful.
Number 10 is Windsor
Professional.
I know. I figured it was professional. but
Windsor Professional. You are not sap green to me. Everybody's opinion on sap green is going to be different.
11 is Core. Q-O-R.
Core paints. All right. Again,
Not sap
not
green.
sap green to me.
You ready to see what your number 1 is?
Oh, no. She's making a face like it's something I hate.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I just think it's really funny when you
Is
start
it
talking-
Mission?
It's Mission
It's
Gold.
Mission Gold.
It's
What the
Mission
heck?
Gold.
Okay, so between this video and the last video that I did ranking blind test of Mission Gold wins every time.
Maybe you should use the Mission Gold some more.
I think I need to make me a nice good palette with my Mission Golds because
You like them?
the blending, the vibrancy, that
Beautiful.
there is nothing wrong you can say about this. The only thing I don't know, we're going to have to look up, is its light fastness rating. I need to know about that for some of y'all that matters.
Still don't know what that is. Oh, you mean like how fast it like...
Will fade in the light in UV.
That just clicked to me.
It clicked.
on.
It clicked me. I remember saying I'm going to laugh if that's Mission Gold because
I know. 'cause
the characteristic for me of Mission Gold is that soft blend. Every single time I swatch it, it has that beautiful
does
blend.
Have a really beautiful, like, seamless.
Mission Gold gets a gold medal. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
All right, the last two.
So,
Sennelier?
Sennelier.
Sennelier.
Okay, so it is 2 N's.
S-E-N-N-I? Is it E-I or I?
I have it S-E-N-N-E-L.
E-L-I-E-R.
Yes.
Sennelier.
Okay, so I did have it spelled right. I just was
So Sennelier is also more opaque. The color is beautiful. And I think Sennelier is a honey-based watercolor. Beautiful. Okay. And the last one, which it looks like puke, is
Grumby Academy.
Grumbacher. Buck. There is 14 different sap greens. I'm not surprised by this being number one, actually. After the last video, if you didn't see that video, go check it out. We tested an array of different colors. We didn't do like all one color name, but we did a blind test of different brands. So check that out. But this is fascinating to me. What's your favorite, Kylie?
I really love the way the Mission Gold looks. It, like I said, the
Yep.
beautiful transition from dark to light.
Mm-hmm.
The color is gorgeous.
And the vibrancy of it.
The vibrancy of it, like I said, it looks like sunshine shining through leaves in springtime. Like,
and if you look at the screen, that's where my eye is drawn to, is that color. It's just like,
it's
like
just there.
It's like, I am so beautiful, I'm not real.
Yeah.
It looks fake.
And like I said, I also do really like
the Holbein.
Holbein color.
For some reason, when I first learned about Holbein, I'm like, oh, that, I like kind of stuck my nose in the air. Like, that's a cheaper brand. I'm not going to like it. When I was starting to get my Daniel Smiths, I do have a few Holbein. They're like specialty colors, and I like them.
Yeah.
But I have never tried a Holbein, like a normal color. I have a feeling that I could have a whole palette of Holbein and be really happy. I think the Holbeins are beautiful paints. The Daniel Smith did blend very well as well, but this
is so pretty.
I'm telling you, if you don't have paint yet and you're wanting to get nice quality professional paints and you don't have a ton of money to blow, I would go with Mission Gold time and time again.
They're like a cheaper.
They are. They're not cheap, but they are. Like, you can get a set, a whole set of them for $80 instead of, a Daniel Smith tube. One tube is up to $20 or more.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's like a cheaper professional
alternative to. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna go through and I'm gonna tell you what the pigments are. I wrote the brand where it said.
I noticed that too as you were.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, I didn't notice as you were writing. I just now noticed.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're all Sap Green, so.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the pigment number here, and then under brand, I'm going to put light fastness rating. That's what I'll do.
That works.
Okay, so Daniel Smith's pigments are PO48.
I don't know how to smell.
Schminka. PY150. And PG7. So there are 3 pigments in the Daniel Smith Sap Green. The light fastness is excellent, and it is transparent and medium staining. Oh, this one also says it's granulating, but I don't see any granulation really, but it says that it is. So granulating. I'm going to put it on there because it says it is.
PY 153.
153, and then this other one.
PG7.
PG7. So they both have PG7. This has PY153, and this has PY150, and that one, yeah. Okay. Does it have the light fastness, staining, granulating? Light fastness of excellent as well. Is it staining? It is staining. So that one's medium staining, and this one is staining. Does not say on granulation. Okay. All right. So M. Graham has PG7, which is in all of them so far. And it has PY110. So if you don't know anything about pigments, PG is green, G is green, PY is yellow. So this has green and yellow. This one has green, yellow, and orange because PO orange. So, but this one is PG7 and PY110. This as well has excellent light fastness. It is transparent and it is staining, it says. Is it PG7 again?
Yeah, PG7 is in it.
Okay.
And there's PR 122.
Mm-hmm.
And PY 150.
PY 150, which is also in Daniel Smith's. So this website tells us that PG 7 is phthalo green. PR 122 is quinacridone magenta. And PY 150 is nickel azo yellow. So what's the light fastness? Not sure about the light fastness on Holbein. Yeah, go to a different website. While she's doing that, I'm going to move on to another one. I do have Da Vinci. So Da Vinci, again, is PG7. That appears to be in all of them so far. Oh, yeah. And then we have PY.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. PY1 or what? Okay, 42. So it's excellent.
Yes, it's excellent.
Does it say anything about staining?
Non-stain.
Ooh, okay, so this is our first non-stain. Okay. All right, so Da Vinci was PG7 and PY42. It is semi-transparent. It has an excellent light fast rating. And it doesn't say if it's staining or not, but it's semi-transparent. Michael Harding. Okay, Michael Harding, we have PG7 again. So again, this one seems to be in all of them. And then we have PBR, which makes sense. PBR, I think, PBR6 is a brown, I believe. So we've got that green and some brown. This one says it's granulating, which I can see that has a little bit of granulation. This one has an excellent light fast rating as well. Medium staining. And it is semi-transparent. All right, so My Mary Blue's pigment information.
PY 139.
139.
And then PG7.
PG7.
And PO 43.
PO 43. Does it have light fast?
Excellent.
Excellent. Opacity is transparent. Opacity is transparent.
Excuse me?
It says the My Mary Blue is transparent. That is a lie.
That is a lie.
That one's fairly opaque. I would say you can say semi-transparent, but not transparent. It's pretty stinking opaque.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. This one has PG 36. This one does not have PG7 and PY 110, which is probably why it looks not so green. It has an excellent rating for fatness. Light fastness. It is staining and transparent. All right, core is PG 36. So again, the same pigment as the last one, which makes sense because they're a very similar color. But it also has PY 150 instead of 110, and it has PR 101. Interesting. And that's all the information I had on core. I didn't find light fastness, so we might come back to that. Here's where Mission Gold might be a downer the only downside. Here's PG 36 and PY 150. So it's PG 36 and not PG 7. And I don't know if this is why, but the light fastness is good instead of excellent. And I guess it's because of the pigments they used. It's semi-transparent and it is staining. So if you are concerned with your light fastness, it's good, but it's not the excellent the rest of them have been. So Holbein is probably the closest in color to it, and it has an excellent rating. I'm not overly concerned with light fastness. I don't want like a super fugitive one, but good light fast rating doesn't bother me personally, but some people it would. Okay, Sennelier, we have a PB 29 and PY 153. So this has blue and yellow and not a green pigment. It is semi-opaque, which is what I think that one should have been. It has an excellent light fast rating. And it does not say if it's staining or not, but it is semi-opaque. All right, we can't find any information on Rosa Gallery, so if you know the light fastness or anything of that, leave it in the comments below for us. We haven't been able to find that yet. We have two more. We've got Van Gogh and Grumbacher. All right, so Van Gogh's pigments are PY 129 and PG7. And it says strong and highly transparent, highly light fast. So it doesn't say highly, it doesn't say excellent, it says highly. Interesting. Okay, and then moving over to Grumbacher. Let me guess, does it have PG 36 in it? Nope. Okay, what are the pigments?
PO 48.
Oh, orange.
PY 150.
And yellow.
And PB 15.
Okay. Are there more?
Is PB 15
colon 4.
And then
PG7. Okay, so this one by far has the most pigments in it.
Yeah.
Excellent and non-staining. Non-stain. Okay, so there is all the information on these. I think what I want to do just for fun real quick is I'm going to paint something all green with these, and we will come back and I'll give you a final opinion on my experience with them. But I'm hoping this is helpful to see them all side by side. Pigments, they are all excellent except I didn't find Coors and Rosa Gallery. Mission Gold is only good, not excellent. Van Gogh is highly. So the good rating, like I said, it doesn't bother me. I wonder if all of Mission Golds are good or if there's any excellence in there. But anyways, I'm going to paint real quick and I'll be right back to show you. So we're having a discussion right now on what is Sap Green. There's the artist opinion, and I think the artist opinion is probably whatever your first Sap Green paint was is what you think Sap Green is.
Probably.
Which is probably...
different for everyone.
Yeah. And my mom was just saying Sap Green. She's thinking of sap, tree sap, which is not green.
I even thought of that too because sap is like technically yellow.
Yeah, so like some of those,
So
but
some of them could be,
consider, yeah. So what is Sap Green? Let us know in the comments what you think Sap Green is supposed to look like. I just flicked that on my face.
I flicked it on me too.
Because that is interesting. Everybody's opinion of Sap Green is definitely going to be different. So which one is the prettiest to you then? That's a separate question. But what is it? What is the prettiest one to you?
Yeah, green lover.
Yeah, Mama loves green. Which color?
I like this one.
Michael Harding.
She likes forest greens.
Yeah.
That one
I don't like the yellowy greens.
Okay, well, sap is a yellow green. So this is what I would consider sap to be.
Yeah, like this one or that one.
Yeah, or even this one. But yeah, Mom likes that. Again, I don't think a sap green one whatsoever, but it is a beautiful color.
That's not.
I think this one's beautiful too. All right, so we're going to wrap this video up. I just did a quick little cactus painting. It's not like the greatest thing in the world, but I wanted to play with some of the more colors. I used Mission Gold. I used the Michael Harding. No. M. Graham. I used M. Graham, and I loved it. Again, I've never used M. Graham before, but I use this one quite a bit, and it's beautiful. It's rich. It's smooth. I really liked that. But let us know in the comments if you have a favorite Sap Green and what it is. So if you want to see this series continue, please let us know in the comments below. And I will try to maybe do one a month if I can budget that in. And if you want, I really want to stick with the same brands, so we have them across the board on all of them. But if there's a specific brand that a lot of people are wanting, I might include it. But my goal at the end of this is to take the number one pick from each one and make a big...
Squished your cactus.
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't remember what I was saying. My cactus fell over and it was sad and we had to do surgery. Anyways, I think that's the end of this video. Let us know in the comments below what you want to see next. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you did enjoy this, please give it a
thumbs up.
And if you haven't already and you want to see our future videos,
hit that subscribe button
down below and we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, bye. I'm gonna insert a picture here of my cactus.
He's secure now.
He's grown from a seed and he's over a year old and he's still tiny.